just a stupid little girl.
He's going to be fine. I know he will.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do. He can bring himself back to like he did for the second
No,
time.
okay, just go, all right?
Dad sent me back to my room. Says I'm a silly girl. Says I'm just making things worse. He's upset. We all are. Don't worry. It'll be okay. Yes, it will. That's what I was saying. I didn't mean... What I meant was, he'll say he's sorry and you'll have a little cry and then you can check out and make your way home. Do you know who we are? You're a father and daughter, and you're stopping in rooms 7 and 8. You've been here a short while, and you're due to leave today. That's all, but that's all I need to know. Look, you may not believe what I'm about to tell you, but it happened. It's true, and if you believe that, then maybe you'll understand why I'm so upset. My father's name is Jairus. He's the leader in our synagogue. I'm his only child. I came late in his life. I was unexpected. My parents were told they would never have children, so when Mum became pregnant, well, let's say they were surprised. Pleased? Yes, they were, of course they were. They were overjoyed, and when I was born, I was spoiled rotten. There was something I needed that I didn't get. So, when I got ill, they were distraught. Was it serious? It was terminal. Terminal? But you look fine. You don't look like a girl that's dying. I'm not. Now, but then I didn't. I did die. What? Now you're having me on. I'm sorry, but here's me being all nice and not even getting paid for it. My shift ended hours ago. You do know that, don't you? Are you calling me a liar? As my dad, you'll believe him, won't you? A leader of the synagogue, you don't expect them to lie, do you? And he'll tell you. One day, I died. Okay. Let's say I do believe you. How come you're here? Because of him. Jesus. For the man that was executed today? Because of him. He came into my house, took up my hand and told me to get up, and I did. Can't have been dead then. A faint, a coma or something? I was dead. Jesus brought me back. That's the truth of it. I'm not having that, and I don't care who your dad is. Look, I can understand you being upset if Jesus is a friend of yours. He didn't deserve to die. Even I knew that. And I heard about the things he said on the cross. Father, forgive them. Those weren't words of a criminal. Look, tell your dad to leave the keys by the bar. I wish I hadn't bothered. We came as soon as we heard he'd been arrested. Dad thought he could say something. Something to help, but he was just a small fish in a big pool. Jerusalem is a very big pool, we saw that straight away. But he never gave up. He tried again and again. Made some enemies, nearly got arrested himself. But he could do nothing. They killed him today. I stood on a hill and watched. It was horrible and it made me sick. Dad went closer. wanted him to know that he wasn't alone. When Dad got back, I'd stopped crying, but he was broken. He'd aged in the hours he'd been away. My dad was old. I wanted to say something that would make it better. And that's when he called me a silly girl. He shouted at me like I've never been shouted at before. So I ran. And when I looked back, he was lying, weeping on the floor like a child. But I'm not silly. If anyone's silly, it's all those people out there who don't understand, who don't know him like I do. You see, all I said was, don't you think that if he brought me back from the dead, he could do the same for himself? That's not a silly question. If he brought me back from the dead, of course he can.